Hi, I'm Matt Chenard with Delta Waterfowl, here with a December migration update brought to you by Kent Cartridge. Well, here in North Dakota, most of the ducks and geese have moved south. There are a few still hanging around along the Missouri River, but for the most part, everything has moved south into South Dakota and Nebraska. We've had really mild temperatures though, and so some of the ducks are holed up in those areas. We've heard reports of quite a few snow geese and mallards still as far north as South Dakota. So there are ducks and geese to be had if you can get out there. Let's hear some other updates from the Mississippi and Central Flyways.
Well, we've got good news and bad news in Missouri and Kansas. Bad news is it's still warm, it's still dry. Good news is the full moon we had last week did bring us some new ducks. They're still on pretty nocturnal pattern with the warm weather, the dry conditions, tons of hunting pressure where they do have water. They're going out and feeding at night. Luckily, we've got a little bit of change coming going into this weekend with this new front. That should get these birds that are here in the areas to stir around a little bit more during shooting hours. So we'll see. Hopefully we get a little bit of rain with it, put some more water on the landscape. We may get a few ducks. They're supposed to get a little bit of snow up north, so that'd be great. But try to get out there. You get these weather days, get a little bit of cold weather, a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow in some areas of the region. Get out there and hunt. Those are going to be your best days to get on them. Good luck, guys, and stay safe out in the field.
Across Illinois and Indiana, we've had a warm week, unseasonably warm week of weather, so it's really slowed down the migration. There's a storm front coming in, as you can see right now, and it should continue through the weekend. So we're going to have freezing weather and high north winds, so it should push some of these birds that are still lingering in the northernmost reaches of Indiana and Illinois. We're still holding great numbers of mallards, Canadas, and divers on the bigger pieces of water. So what this means is our season's wrapping up here in the upper Midwest. We should have some great shooting this weekend and this coming week, and those southernmost portions of the upper Midwest, we should see a pretty good migration coming up in the near future. Have fun with the rest of your season and stay safe.
Thanks, guys. Well, it sounds like we need some weather to push the ducks around a little bit and improve our hunting opportunities. Let's get some updates from the Pacific and Atlantic flyways.
Dry conditions continue to persist throughout the Pacific Flyway. Positive hunts can still be found, but you're really going to have to change up your tactics this year, as with these dry conditions, the rice fields, many of the rice fields, even in great areas of California, remain dry. Hunters are frustrated with that, but still digging in, trying to find ways to capitalize on what water does exist and the birds that are in their areas. Good hunts can still be found on open rivers throughout the Pacific Flyway, and so you may need to get out there and just completely change your tactics, whether that be looking for ice holes such as this large one behind me on this marsh, or getting out on an airboat, scouting. Just take your time with those binoculars and do the best you can to find the birds, because there are still some around throughout the entire region. Best of luck to you during this winter season.
In the Atlantic Flyway, we're coming off a full moon with a north wind, which is, of course, the perfect recipe for a migration event, and that's exactly what we've gotten. Despite temperatures hovering around 40 degrees, warmer than I'd like, it's been a steady, consistent trickle of ducks, definitely an uptick of black ducks, considerable number of mallards. Just had a great hunt with some Delta Waterfowl volunteers a few days ago. Shot some really nice drakes that included, for really the first time this year, some skinny ducks. These aren't birds that were hanging out here in Happy Valley. These were migrating birds. And also there's been a steady stream of Canada geese overhead, way up in the stratosphere. So Eastern Shore, get ready because they are coming. And despite the weather being, like I say, milder than I'd like, there's snow in the forecast for next week, and highs are supposed to be right around that 30-degree mark. Perfect to start freezing up some of the ponds and calm waters, concentrating birds. And as long as we don't have that warm-up event that we've gotten the last few years around Christmas, I really think we have an opportunity to finish strong here.
Thanks, guys, for the great updates. We hope you all will have a Merry Christmas and good luck in the hunting opportunities over the holiday season. We'll have another update in January as seasons start to wrap up.